Let me just go ahead and address, like I said, the elephant in the room. Probably the reason why there's so many of you tuning in right now, because you probably want to know my stance on what's been going on with Holostars JP, right? Because some of us have talked about it, maybe not in a full extent. I think Ruse probably does a lot of the, like, he'll let you know what's on his mind. And I really do respect his opinions and the way that he kind of tackles things. And it's made me kind of want to open up too on how I feel here in Holostars. So, and once again, I'm not trying to be incredibly doom and gloom. I don't want this to be like, oh, here's Gibby fucking venting or anything like that. I just want to keep it real with you. I think that's what you guys deserve. Just honesty from me. And hopefully I can give you that. Hopefully I can give you that with what we're about to speak about. I do have a couple of notes here just to make sure I don't lose topic of what I want to talk about. And let me turn the flower off real quick before this fucker interrupts me.
I'll keep quiet for a while.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and put him in the corner. Because he's been talking. He loves talking more than I do. So, I have a couple of things on my mind that I do want to, like I said, talk about. Of course, lately, most of you have noticed that I've been inactive, which at this point isn't really news. This is something that happens often for like a bunch of reasons, for a multitude of different reasons, but on top of like health related problems that I spoke about here many times before. If you're into this fandom, you're well aware of the situation going on with the JP boys. Long story short, for those of you who are either new to this community or are just a little, like, you know, oblivious to how the inner workings of these corporate VTubers work, a lot of talented individuals are leaving. People who I regard as some of the most influential and important figures in Holostars are soon to be making their way out the door, circumstantially by their own, you know, volition. I'm sorry. With that being said, it's not only sad, messed up, and truthfully hurtful to see this happen, but I believe it's something that could have been prevented easily. Like, this is something by all accounts should not have happened, but it did. And the result is kind of embarrassing. It's a little bit embarrassing because, like, when I entered this company, I was understandably, like, unaware of how corporations work, how idle culture was, how the environment reacts to your triumphs and mistakes, and how a corporation handles the ebb and flow of what they deem as success. I was always like under the guise that things were going to be chipper, sunshine and rainbows. But of course, you learn lessons as you evolve with any environment of this caliber. As fun as this position can be, it's fucking draining. It's frustrating. It's confusing, and it has like these massive ups and these god awful downs. And if you're somebody like me in this position, you find yourself burnt out. And you find yourself like second guessing if this line of work is for you. Now, what affects the JP side has virtually no effect on what happens here on the EN side. You know, just because there's a dark, disastrous like cloud running over on that side of the town doesn't mean necessarily that those dark clouds can't easily shift over onto this side of the city. You know what I mean? Just the notion of no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you care, no matter how much you can give, no matter how big your heart is, the fact that they can easily subside all of that for the sake of their own intentions, whatever they may be, it's how difficult corporations can truly be. You see this shit happen all the time in other companies. It's not just this one. What can you do? What can somebody like me do other than suffer in complete silence, holding on to hope, you know, the one goddamn thing they can't take away? All you can do is just wait, I guess, to see if days get better than the next, which is kind of pathetic. It used to be like this strange, like, unspoken rule: as long as you work for a big awesome company, you can't possibly hold them accountable for how they treat you. But I think many of us here have kind of broke that stigma and have been more than just passionate about what we dislike about this position. And that's also not too unique either. There are times where we complain about how work is. Many of us have done it, and I think at this point in my career, I hate that graduating is a choice that is something I've considered. I hate the fact that I thought about that, because it's a choice I don't want to have to do. There are still so many things here that I want to do, and I don't think there are other positions that offer creative endeavors such as this one. And it's incredibly hard to let go of what was once a dream of mine, and it still is. It's the most difficult thing, because I don't want to let you guys go. Like, I don't. And I hate thinking about it. Like, none of us want, nobody wants their Oshi to graduate, and nobody wants to have to make a fucking choice that difficult. And I feel like it's easy to complain about all the bad stuff, but there's also like a lot of good support that's still accessible here. Like, surprisingly, I know that may shock you, but like, we're supported by the company, like, in some way. Last time I spoke about the nature of how things are now, I said something to like the tone of, I'm not going anywhere and things are not as bleak as they seem. And in my heart of hearts, I would like to believe that we are staying here for years upon years, because who can say they won't recover from this, and like, who can say things won't get better for them? Like, nobody knows, and nobody is in a position to be making those claims of that substantial. Like, for as upsetting and damning as things are right now, it's not the end, but I think it's a massive hatchet to an era that was once golden. It's just how things have to be as they evolve. I wish things were different. I wish you guys didn't have to see shit like this. Like, anytime I see like fan events that are being hosted by you guys for the sake of supporting us here in Holostars, there is no better feeling in the world that can be fucking compared to that. And there's no worse feeling than having to know days in advance what horrible news will be public and transpire in mere moments to our community, our beloved community. Seeing the people that post pictures, like seeing you guys post pictures of your Oshi's merch, dedicated shelves with our acrylic stands, merch, plushies, and all that, that is the heart and soul of what even allows this company to have legs to stand on. And that's who we're hurting here the most, in my opinion, other than us, the talents, and that's my opinion. It saddens me, it fucks me up. Like, I've been told, like, don't try to think about it as much, focus as much as you can on yourself in these times, like, stuff like that. But I didn't join Holostars to just think about myself. I joined it because I wanted to share what I can do creatively and make some pretty fucking sweet friends along the way. I didn't join Holostars because I like watching talents burn their bridges because of the incompetence of a company. I joined because I want to see my own dreams to their successes, as well as my colleagues. I love having that kind of family. Like, I love that team environment. If one of us succeeds, we all do, is what I used to think. I don't know. I don't like seeing so many like of you guys sad. I don't like having to be quiet, you know? I don't like it when I make friends here in this position only for them to disappear because of these troubling circumstances. Like, none of us have enough power to do anything but hope things turn better for each and every one of us. And it just seems that's all we have now is hope. I believe even like as terrible as things might seem, there's always going to be a reason to move forward. I know it's fucking cheesy, but I mean, this pattern was speaking to be applied to any situation outside of the sphere. Maybe you're somebody who lost a job, maybe you lost a loved one or broke up with a friend, maybe you're still attempting to like find a purpose in this life, and perhaps it's keeping you up at night, not letting you sleep properly. Whatever the case may be, being familiar with these feelings is what makes you experienced. It's moments when, like this, when you realize how many good people have stuck around and love the fact that you exist. It's enough. You're always going to be valued, even when you feel like you aren't deserving of it. There used to be moments in my life where I did not believe that kind of sentiment. But it wasn't until I joined Holostars where I began to learn that exact lesson. Like, it's through each and every one of you. And like, what I'm saying is that, as cheesy as this may seem, once again, like, it's here in Holostars that I've learned my most valuable lessons. That love and appreciation, like what you give to us, is unlike anything I've ever experienced in this lifetime before, and I don't think I'm ever going to experience something like this ever again. It makes me happy, man. Oh my god. Like, I love being able to be myself. I love being able to make you laugh. I enjoy entertaining each and every one of you with my strange sense of humor. I just want to end this conversation by saying thank you, you know? Because that's not something that even the company can say. For whatever reason. Like, thank you for having our backs. Thank you for never giving up on us. Thank you for being the backbone that allows us to stand here. And if it weren't for you guys, there wouldn't be Holostars. And as long as your passions are as strong as ours, I believe we simply will never go away. That's the truth. Moving forward, I do want to focus on like content that's more obscure from like the norm. And I think as I evolve with these abnormal circumstances and changes here, I find myself really enjoying doing unique streams other than just playing games. And don't get it twisted, like, I adore being able to gush about Capcom, Nintendo, and all this stuff. We're never shying away from playing games here, but I want to be able to give and produce content that I love very much, things that I can look back and be proud of, and we've done that here like a bunch of times before. And I believe projects like Hollow Heart, which is like this episodic series that's unlike anything I've ever made, is rewarding in the sense that it's something that isn't what you would expect from us here in Holostars. I love that shit. I believe that this new form of content, it'll be much more interesting and enjoyable for anybody who supports us or who is new to like this fandom in Holostars. I also want to like apologize for, I talked about it earlier, for being inactive and just generally being away from online activity. I tend to feel emotions like tenfold, you know? I hate that I'm like this. So anytime there's like bad news, seeing everyone's reactions to what transpired like weeks ago now, it was like daggers, like directly to my heart. I don't like that negativity and like that sadness. It cripples me. Like it really, really fucking does. I'm really proud that most of the boys can tough their way through it because they're strong as shit. But for me, I take time away to heal. I go walking, I put my phone down. I know when I need to take a breather, because if you're not adjusted to this kind of activity, it's scary as hell. I remember when that post went out about the JP boys, I had a fucking panic attack, dude. Like that shit sucked, man. Like thankfully the boys were checking up on me and our managers were also being supportive as they can be. Like I've been told like what you're doing is responsible because there are so many people that are terminally connected to their phones and doom scroll, and I cannot possibly do that shit anymore. Like that's a bad habit I picked out of my life, I don't know, like years ago. I don't need more depression on top of my heart failing, you know? Like I don't need that. Like it hurts. I don't need that in my life. How am I gonna say this? I gotta figure it out without crying. I don't like crying. For all of you who have been here since day one, this is going to be a very hard, difficult step into a new era for us. There are some seriously badass things coming up, like big, awesome stuff that I never thought that we would be doing here in Holostars again. And for those of you who have been waiting for more info on announcements that have already been shown prior, I'm going to ask nicely just to be as patient as you can be. And I know it's fucking frustrating. I know you want answers. I know you have a lot of questions. Right now, everything is pretty much everywhere for us, and we still are focused on giving you everything that you are owed for being dedicated to us for all these years. Trust me on that. I wouldn't be here myself if I didn't believe in this company or us as talents. We got this. We got this. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I don't think I can really think about anything else other than that, but I apologize if I yapped a bit there, but you guys deserve to hear that. You guys absolutely deserve to hear this.